For the benefit of first-time viewers, Meet the Press is an initiative by the Ministry of Information, organized under the auspices of the Ministry of Information, which gives a platform for our state actors to present to us their remarkable progress and their stories so far. Today we have the Ministry of Special Development Initiative. I know what they cover or their mandate has been something that Ghanaians want to hear so much about for some time now. And the minister is here together with her able team, and I'm very confident in her and her presentation and what she has done so far. Beyond her presentation, should any of us have any other reason to ask further questions, I'm hoping that together, for the sake of Ghanaians and for the sake of a better Ghana, we can all dialogue better to develop Ghana better.
So the Minister of Special Development Initiatives is here to account to the people of this country for the 2 years that we have been in the system. What have we done? Where were we? Where are we now? Ghanaians want to know. And so we are here today to inform the good people of this country what exactly the ministry has done so far and what we are yet to do to bring development to this country. Government has identified poverty eradication, access to clean water and sanitation, agriculture transformation, reduction of inequalities, and local infrastructure development as priorities in Ghana's development process. Accordingly, the Ministry of Special Development Initiatives has been established to accelerate the development of these priority areas through the implementation of the Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication Program, IPEP. This approach will contribute to the attainment of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, particularly goals number 1, number 2, number 6, 9, and 10. Now, goals number 1 is no poverty. Goal number 2 is zero hunger. Number 6 is clean water and sanitation. Number 9 is industry, innovation, infrastructure. And then number 10 is reduce inequality. Mandates of the ministry. The core mandate of the ministry is to formulate and implement policies, plans and programs for the implementation of government priority initiatives and flagship projects through the development authorities. The development authorities. Government has established the 3 development authorities as the main vehicle for IPEP implementation. And these authorities are the Northern Development Authority, which is made up of the Northern Region, Upper West and Upper East Region. The Middle Belt Development Authority comprises Ashanti Region, Eastern Region, and Brong Ahafo Region. Then the Coastal Development Authority, Greater Accra Region, Volta Region, Central Region, and Western Region. These are the zones for the development authorities. Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication Program, IPEP. IPEP is a new development approach designed to help eradicate poverty and address the various forms of inequalities. Under IPEP, each of the 275 constituencies has been allocated the cedi equivalent of $1 million. This allocation will be made annually. The priority areas under IPEP are 1 village, 1 dam, agriculture infrastructure, that is the warehouses and markets, water for all projects and sanitation, as well as constituency priority projects. Objectives of IPEP: to combat poverty, especially in rural and deprived communities, to improve the level of basic infrastructure at the constituency level, to stimulate community economic development in all constituencies, and to create jobs, especially for the youth. The ministry has interministerial oversight committee. The implementation of IPEP complements government programs under other ministries and to ensure that these projects are consistent with the respective sector medium-term development plans. There is an interministerial oversight committee comprising the following: Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Ministry of Water, Resource and Sanitation, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, National Disaster Management Organization, Community Water and Sanitation Agency. These are the ministries and agencies that constitute the Interministerial Committee for Ministry of Special Development Initiatives. The implementation of IPEP has 2 approaches. One is top-down approach, which are the government priority areas. And this approach will see to the implementation of projects that government thinks this project should be seen in all the 275 constituencies. The second one is the bottom-up approach, which is the constituency infrastructure based on assessed needs. Last year, we went around the constituencies to do needs assessments. And as we speak, we have all the needs of most or all the 275 constituencies. The status of the government's priority projects. The following projects are government priority projects and IPEP, which are currently ongoing across the country. 1,000 community-based water system, 1,000 10-seater water closet institutional facility, 50 1,000 metro ton warehouses, 570 small dams, and 1 ambulance per constituency. Now, the projects in the northern region. In the northern region, we have 124 water closet institutional toilets. That comes with mechanized borehole. We also have community-based water system, also 124. 1,000 metric tons prefabricated warehouses. We have 7 of them in the northern region. 310 small dams in the northern region. So in the northern region proper, we have 565 projects that is coming from IPEP. Now when we go to the upper east region, 10-seater water closet institutional toilets, we have 90 of it in the upper east region. And the water system, we have 90 of it in the upper east region. The prefabricated warehouses, we have 5 of them in the upper east region. And then the small dams, we have 150 of them. So in all, in the upper east region, we have 335 projects. In the upper west region, we have 69 water closets for the institutional toilets, and another 69 community-based water system, and 3 prefabricated warehouses, 110 small dams in the upper west region. So in the upper west region, we have 251 projects. In total, the 3 northern region has 283 10-seater water closet institutional toilets, 283 community-based mechanized solar-powered water system, 15 prefabricated warehouses, and then 570 small dams. In all, the 3 northern regions has 1,151 projects. The eastern region has 105 10-seater water closet institutional toilets, 105 community-based mechanized solar-powered water system, and 7 prefabricated warehouses. So in the eastern region, we have 217 projects. In the Ashanti region, we have 142 10-seater water closets, 142 community-based mechanized water, 7 prefabricated warehouses. In total, we have 291 projects in the Ashanti region. Brong-Ahafo region has 87 10-seater water closets, institutional toilets, 90 community-based mechanized water system, and 6 prefabricated warehouses. So in all, Brong-Ahafo has 183 projects. Now, when we talk about the total in the regions, we have 334 10-seater water closet institutional toilets in the middle belt, 337 community-based mechanized solar-powered water system, and then 20 prefabricated warehouses. In all, Middle Belt has 691 projects. The Coastal Development Zone, Volta region has 78 10-seater water closets, 78 community-based mechanized water, and 3 prefabricated warehouses, making it 159 projects in the Volta region. Greater Accra has 103 10-seater water closets, 102 community-based water, and 1 prefabricated warehouse, making it 208 projects in the Greater Accra region. Central region has 123 10-seater water closets, 122 community-based mechanized water system, and 6 prefabricated warehouse. In all, Central Region has 250 projects. Western Region has 79 10-seater water closets, 78 community-based water system, and 5 prefabricated warehouses. In total, Western Region has 164 projects. So with the coastal belts, we have 383 10-seater water closets, 380 community-based mechanized water system, and 15 prefabricated warehouses. In total, coastal belt has 781 projects. This intervention aims at increasing access to clean water. That is the community-based water. It includes 2 standpipes with 4 types spots, 10,000 liters water storage tank, solar-powered submersible pumps, and then fencing of the projects. Then sanitation for all initiatives. This intervention aims at increasing access to good sanitation. Each 10-seater water closet institutional facility has the following: 2 disability-friendly units, solar-powered mechanized borehole, 5,000 liters water storage tank, biodigester waste storage and disposal avenue. Then WC facilities are being constructed in the compounds of existing institutions like schools, markets, health centers, and communities of all the constituencies in the country. These are some few projects. We also have the One District, One Warehouse initiative. And this is to reduce the post-harvest losses among smallholder farmers. The 1,000 metric ton prefabricated warehouse has the following features: laboratory, washroom, solar-powered borehole, solar dryers, resting area, office, and then fenced with gatehouse. And these projects are all ongoing. Where we have the structures being erected is Tamale, Gushegu, is it Lamashegu, Tamale Central, am I right? Tamale South, yeah, Tamale South. That's for Tamale South, and it is across the country. We are doing 50 of this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are on One Village, One Dam initiative. 270 dams are being constructed in each of the constituencies across the 3 regions of the Northern region. The target is to provide all year-round availability of water for smallholder farming and livestock watering. These are some of the dams that have been constructed in some of the villages in the Northern region. All the 3 Northern regions, this work is ongoing. They are not yet completed. It's about 80-85 completion as we speak. And we hope by close of the year or early next year, it will all be completed. So we are done with the government priority projects. Now we coming to the constituency priority projects. And this will cover other projects which are priority infrastructure needs of each of the 275 constituencies. The ministry has commenced process to deliver priority projects of each of the identified projects in the constituency. Examples of the projects include markets, community centers, drains, culverts, clinics, small bridges, and classroom blocks, and others. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the ministry is confident that confident that the successful implementation of IPEP projects across the country will significantly increase the availability of infrastructure for socio-economic development. This intervention will contribute immensely towards the attainment of government goal of accelerating poverty eradication and minimizing all forms of inequalities at the constituency level, predominantly in the deprived communities. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
All right, my name is Kojo Akoto Boateng. I work at City FM and City TV. I want to know if we have a document that can point us to the locations of each of the projects that the minister enumerated for verification purposes. And we also... No. In fact, we do not need to spend money on printing a green book because we need money for other things. But we want to know where each of the projects is located so that we can follow up and see for ourselves. That's one. And the unit cost of each of the projects. She talked about the prefab warehouses, the toilets, the water units for towns. We need to know the unit cost of each of the projects. And how much has the ministry spent in all since the ministry was started? How much money have you spent in executing all the programs and activities that you've mentioned to us? Thank you.
My name is Della Michelle from GH1 TV. So earlier my colleague asked about the location and the cost, which was part of my questions. But I want to follow up and ask the minister. You mentioned about these projects. We want to find out from you. In your earlier submission, you said what you're doing and things that you intend to do. But what you just shared with us are things that you're already doing. So what are the next steps for the next 2 years under your ministry?
My name is Eugenia Kofakumi from Metro TV. And knowing that in the 2018 budget, the ministry was allocated 1 billion Ghana cedis. That's according to figures I have here. How much of it has been spent on dams, and which specific areas are the dams located? And secondly, we know that 70,000 schools in the Greater Accra region do not have public toilets, and we do not have toilet facilities. So how many schools are benefiting from your Toilet for All initiatives? Thank you.
My name is Salom Amenya. I work with TV3. In August 2017, the minister is quoted to have said that the $1 million per constituency will be disbursed the following week. And then this year in October too, she said the money will be disbursed this year. So we want to know the 1 million, which she's saying they will be given equivalent of the CD. Has it been disbursed? Which year? Is it for 2017? That has been disbursed so far. We are told that you're using the development authorities to fund the project. So we want to know, is it that the monies go to the development authorities and then they use it, or it is going straight to the constituencies?
My name is Bright Amenin from GNTV, and I want to know, I believe there are more projects to come, and what is allocated money for the rest of the project to be done. And also, I've been to Udanti myself personally, and there are a lot of things that they need. Actually, I'm asking, what basis did the ministry use to make sure that this project that in the district or wherever they've been allocated, what basis were used to for this particular project to be done? And if there more is to be done in Danton, actually they are crying for toilet facilities and water and all that. What exactly are you doing about this? And are we to see more of these projects to be taken off? Thank you.
Documents for the location of their projects. We'll work it out and then get it for you. But I believe we've mentioned some of the projects, the villages or the towns. It was on the screen. Now we can still get them for you. Then the unit cost of a project. The water system costs between 90 to 120,000. Cities, 120,000 Ghana cedi. Yeah. And I've told you the facilities that it comes with. Then with the WC, it's 150 to 170,000 Ghana cedi. depending on the location too. Depending on the location of the project, maybe far north or wherever, depending on the location. And then the warehouse is 1.8 million Ghana cedi. It also depends on the location. Then the small dams is between 200 and 250,000 Ghana cedi. That is for the City TV. The question number, how much has the ministry spent? In total, the commencement certificate that the Ministry of Finance has given us, together with the government priority areas and their constituency, the goods and services for the office, all together we've spent about we are giving 927 million Ghana cedi out of the 1.2 billion Ghana cedi that was allocated to us last year. We've spent 127 million Ghana cedi for all these projects. Sorry, 927. And as we speak, payment is about 23 million Ghana cedi out of the 927. Payment that has gone to the contractors. The actual payment done by the ministry is about 23 million Ghana cedi. What are the next projects? As I mentioned earlier on, that the projects that we assessed in the constituency will be rolled out in the Development Authority. So depending on what the constituency wants, maybe in my constituency, it's about drain. In another constituency, it's about school building. Another constituency is about their background or market. So depending on what the needs of the constituency will demand for. And then when we come to the government priority, that one comes from the government. Things that government thing has to do for the constituencies. Like we did the toilet for all. My brother there just mentioned that some of the areas still need more of the toilet and water facilities. So in government see we have to continue with that project, then we'll continue with it. But for now, we cannot specifically mention that these are the next projects to be rolled out. 2017 budgets, how we spend them. 2017 budgets, that was when we were putting up the structures. The development authorities were not yet in place. And you all bear with me that the ministry is a new ministry altogether. So we were then doing the preparatory work, putting up the structures for the ministry and the development authority. If you remember, last year, November, around this time, the development authorities bill was passed at Parliament. So we couldn't have just even gone to the constituencies to do any project. But we started with the preparatory work. And so that of the last year expired with the budgets. That is 2017 budget expired in December 2017 with the budget. So what we are currently using is for the 2018 budgets. So the development authorities, as I mentioned earlier on, before they came in, we had already started with the project. So they are to continue or be full operationalized next year, because the ministry has already started with the project and they are continuing with the project next year. So the monies were not spent by the development authorities, but with the ministry as they set up their authorities. Then basis for selecting the communities. We fall on the MPs and the MMDCs in their districts. And the community will tell them this is what we want. They tell the district, so when we go to the district, then they will take us or give us the location. The ministry doesn't select the location. It's being given by the community or the district assembly. Thank you.
Honorable, I'm the Makamizeno Fante Kakra. Me pede me answer no. Oye Fante na chi anka mepe. Ofra ma mi esi odro answer. Amansan Television, ATV. Me pocho me pede me bi sede. Answer na jumezi ne be hyase no. Ezinkana akade MPs no e na waje nyanu fi won nchen. Ana ministry no zinkan ko bisa ehon ma wo kro no mu nde anna minister no za oreka no kra de ono na wohia na osande eya na mpempi ye yenzama binum ema nkronkro bi a obowi ase no na enyo no na wohia ontinsimpede mi hu de project no wo sha ase de MPs no obisa mo wohia wo ho no wo call indigenous no hoko bisa won de ono so na wohia na ansa wo sha ase medase.
Yeah, I'm John Elliott. I write for the Finder newspaper. The Finder newspaper, yeah. I want to ask if the level of work and the rate at which work is going can be finished on the website for us by the end of today. Because I was thinking it could have been ready before the minister coming here to address the gathering. So if possible, we can get the level of work, how far she's gone with work, and how far she's ready to finish with work by the end of the day on the website for us. If it could be ready by the end of the day.
My name is Nana Poku from Daily Searchlight. I think the chief director has taken the wind out of his, but all the same, I want to find out, by the end of this year, in terms of specific projects, how many dams, how many warehouses, and other things will have been completed, because we don't know how many of them you are going to construct anyway. Maybe by 4 years' time, we want this number of students. So far, because the projects are sporadically spread across the length and breadth of this country. So can you get specific numbers as we're talking now? And then my second question has to do with, I did not hear anything about things like maybe the ship compound, because it's very, very, very vital for the local communities. I don't know whether it is not part of your jurisdiction, but these are things that I think we want to find out from. And then maybe basic schools, because we hear schools that are trees and all kinds of things. But once you have special initiative and future projects, maybe, I don't know what you can rope in some of these things.
My name is T.O.A. Dango. I'm also from the Searchlight newspaper. Honorable Minister, just a week or so ago, there was an MP from the Northern region who debunked the assertion that there has been a dam constructed. So a radio station called you. The man made how do you call it? A statement that it was just one dam which has been deserted, and they called you and you came to debunk it and even promised to come out with, but to clarify the issue. I think you bear with me. I just don't want to mention that radio station, because the person said it was just an existing dam which has been deserted. He made it categorically clear that it was just which has been deserted. But my question is, from look of the dams that you projected, are there dams which are walled so that you prevent the certain being done, or what? Because it looks as if when the Badri Dam is opened, the overflow of the water will bring much mud or sand into the dams. So I want you to clarify the type of dam that are being constructed up north. Thank you very much.
My name is Clifford Kufu. I write for the Ghanaian Times. My question is simple. For the ordinary Ghanaian, 2 years in fulfilling the promise, 20 months, yeah, in fulfilling the promise, the ordinary Ghanaian expects $550 million to have hit the 275 constituencies. I would want to find out how, I should ask the question again. 1 million per constituency. So for each year, we anticipate $275 million to all the 275 constituencies. Multiply that by 2 years, that should give you approximately $550 million. I would want to find out how much of the $550 million has been disbursed and how much is allocated to project specific. That is, if it's about construction of dam, how much has been allocated to, because you hear MP saying we have not received our 1 million per constituency promised by the government. I would be very happy if you could clarify that for us.
My name is Alex Boy. I write for the New Crusading Guide paper. Yeah, my question is, I hail from the Eastern region, and I heard the Honorable Minister mention of some of the projects in the Eastern region as well. So to reports were from the Eastern region. I want to find out if she can help me with the exact location of some of the projects in the Eastern region in particular. Thank you.
Okay, for the questions on the dam, the cost and how it's built and its technical specifications, the dam consultant is right here and he'll be able to answer us.
My name is William Opata, Associated Beaver Consult. The small dams we are talking about, they cover, the reservoir covers between 3 to 5 hectares of land. And there's a dam wall which has a height between 2 to 5 meters. And the length of the dam wall, depending on the shape of the valley, is between 200 to 400 meters. The water contained in each dam on average is about 120,000 cubic meters, which is about 27 million gallons. And we expect this water to be used by about 1,000 people and about 500 cattle between the months of November to May. After May, we expect rains to come. So that is the basis of the design of the small dams. Within the reservoir, we excavate a dugout to increase the water storage to last through the extended dry period in the northern region. So that's about the design. Then, where the topography allows and the height of the dam is adequate, we provide a drainage structure for limited agricultural activity on the downstream side of the dam, which has a control valve. But if that is used extensively, it might affect the domestic use of the dam. The dams are for the people, and they are located near where the people are, but not too close to them. So they are ideal locations for each dam, for each village. Sometimes there might be existing structures like previous water storage structures, but those were small things and they've been neglected for time and they've been washed away. So some of the sites we chose were the sites for previous structures that were not serving any purpose. They were just there. So we cleared them. It's the total reconstruction of the dam. So if somebody says there was something there before, it's wicked to say that they already deceived them. It was total reconstruction.
Mr. Opata, thank you, my consultant. I'm on Sign FM. I'm on Sign TV. Thank you. Yes, we did needs assessments. Needs assessment 2017. That was somewhere July to October of 2017. You selected 10-member team for every region to go to the You selected 10-member team. Nipa beye do our region dia. So amonko constituencies no. Eye ahemfo. Eni kromomafo no. Enko bisa omo. Onioma ehia omo. And sani awokan ade de ministry no. Ade kwa adwindwin because e wo say enioma bebe ye enioma bi a community ni ehia. Eti ansa na ye be hye yadwuma na ase no. Ye the grassroots ministry. Nti ya ne grassroots ni di nkomo e na omo kire enioma omo behia. Ti se wutie ya me say your constituency specifics. Eno na ye enioma constituency for na den ebisa ye. Now, ye ko baby ana me wie me presentation no. Me can me say constituency priority project no. Eye market, eye dwa, community centers, and your drains in so, and I your culverts, near your clinic, and I small bridges. Community bi wɔ hɔ mo a a bridge bi ɛwɔ ɔmo ntem na ebunti one village need to mean call the other village no and also a constituency project and classroom blocks 3 classroom blocks 6 classroom blocks and I say 2 classroom blocks depending on the needs of the community. It's a assessment and kasa and no na ye kasa ye roll out your second part no meaning I start is in the process. Now the fund has also paid the level of work by close of day. I think the director has just mentioned it, said that will get it for you. Why? Because the ministry, I told you earlier on that as we speak, even our structures are not completed. So we are still working on our website. It was just completed about a week or 2. Yeah, so we are doing the finishing touches, and then at the end of the day we'll bring everything on. But if you want the information, please, my ministry is open to all. You can just pop in and the director will give you the locations. But before we go, we'll make sure that we get some of the locations on the screen for you to also follow up. If you cannot come to the ministry, but on the website, I can't promise you have it today. No, not today, but maybe in a week's time, when you go to the ministry's website, you can have it. Then 23 million out of 927, as the minister earlier on mentioned, as and when they raised their certificates. And also, we never gave them mobilization. The contractors were not given mobilization. So when you do the work to a certain level, then you raise your certificate. And they are now raising the certificates. All these projects, some of them decided to finish before they come for their money. Others too have reached certain levels and they have raised their certificates. So we've encouraged them to do the work and receive their payment. But we never gave them the mobilization. And that is why you see that the money is not so much gone. How many projects can be completed by the end of the year? I didn't do that calculation, but I believe about 80%. About 80% of our projects, because these are completed projects. They are only waiting for the solar panels. That's all. And the solar panels they'll be fixing them maybe next week or next 2 weeks, and they'll start using the facilities. But I believe by December ending, about 80% of our projects will be completed.
My name is Eric. I work with Star FM. The minister, during her presentation, she's been reiterating it for some time that in 2017 they did needs assessment for all of the communities across the country, and she mentioned that out of the 1.2 billion that's been given to the ministry, they've received 927 million from the ministry, and out of that they've used just 127 million. 120. But she mentioned that they used an amount of money out of. It was a slip of tongue. Great. So I want to get an understanding, since you're saying it's a slip of tongue. You did needs assessment in 2017. Have you used all of the money that was given to you? Looking at the fact that once you have needs assessment, you have things that money is supposed to be used for. That's how come you were given an allocation of 1.2 billion cedis. So how much have you used out of that for the needs assessment you did in 2017? Now, the second question I have is, with all of the things you mentioned, you said it was in line with the SDGs 1, 2, 6, 9, and 10. These projects you mentioned, most of them you say are 85% complete. How close is Ghana with regards to these projects that you say is in line with these SDGs? How close are we to achieving the targets for the SDGs 1, 2, 6, 9, and 10?
My name is Venice. I write for the Chronicle. Madam, you mentioned that your ministry has interministerial and agency committee. I want to find out what is the collaboration between the ministry and the Northern Development Authority. Thank you.
4 days ago, the Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Bawumia, said that the government has started the procurement process for the acquisition of a fleet of 275 ambulances. He said that with VIM, that the procurement process has begun. This gives me the indication that we have a plan and a timeline as to when we expect to have the ambulances. Will the minister be able to tell us when the ambulances will touch the shores of Ghana? And number two, the director said that we are going to publish the list of the projects by next week. Is it possible to have the Ghana Post GPS addresses of all the projects so that we can use them to follow up? Because now we are going digital, so we want the Ghana Post GPS addresses so that we can use it to follow up. Thank you.
I'll answer some of the questions, and then my chief director will do the rest. The lady who asked my collaboration with the development authorities. We have very good cordial relationships since they are under me as a minister. And when we were doing the One Village, One Dam, even as at that time, the CEOs were not even in. We collaborated with the Northern Development Authority. This constituency project that we are doing, I gave it out to the CEOs and their deputies to liaise with the MPs and get the projects to the Ministry for Procurement process. So I'm actually collaborating with the authorities as the minister in charge of the authorities. And why didn't we use the money? As the deputy minister rightly mentioned, you cannot just get up and start using government money just like that. You have to go through procurement process, and it's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. You can use, say, 4 or 5 months in just one project procurement. And so if we have 12 months in a year, and you use 5 months for one project, how many projects can you do, if not for a strong woman like Lady Sawa Komsi? So that answers the ambulance question. My brother, as we speak, the tender documents are out. We've gone through the PPA. The tender documents are out for the suppliers to buy whilst we continue with the process. And from there, it will go to various stages before it is finally awarded to the supplier. It was our intention to even have the ambulance by close of year. But looking at the procurement process, I believe maybe by first week in December, the award will be given. And then somewhere May, June next year, the ambulances will be in this country. And that is the assurance I'm giving you. That of the former president, I wasn't expecting this question here, because I told him if he wants to know where the dams are, he should contact me, he should call me, and I'll take him there. I've just shown you the pictures, and the names of the villages are there. When you go to Pandai, we have one there. These are the villages that I know very well. When you go to Salaga, from Yeji, you cross the river, going to Salaga, Makango towards Salaga. There is one village called Garinshanu. It's also constructed there. So at least these 2 villages. Then when you go to Yendi, I know of Yendi too. And Bongo, yeah, at least.
Hello, the Honorable Minister has virtually answered all the questions. We have the communities in which the projects are. We've shared them with the development authorities. In her monitoring across the country, she gives copies to the regional ministers. So even at the regional administrations, they also have copies of the communities in which the projects are. But we'll get them ready for you. I've signaled the officers if they have them on their system, they will print copies for you. What we haven't added is the GPS locations. We'll try and do that one, and then so that you can know the exact points where the projects are. But they are dotted across the country. If you visited any constituency and you ask them, they'll be able to show you where the projects are, but we'll give them to you. On the SDGs, we singled out the development goals which affect our activities. And for evaluation, we haven't done evaluation yet, but it is anticipated that when Ghana is eventually doing the evaluation for its contribution to the SDGs, would have made an impact. What we are saying is that we are not the only ministry working even on the identified SDGs, Goal 1, Goal 2, Goal 6, Goal 9, Goal 10. There are other sector ministries which are also contributing to the achievement of these SDG goals. So the collaborative effort of all would be Ghana's achievement. I think this is it. But what I'll quickly add is that the Northern Development Authority is an agency of the ministry. So naturally, there is that collaboration between the ministry and the Northern Development Authority, like the Coastal Development Authority and the Middle Belt Development Authority. We constitute a sector to achieve our sector goals. We have developed a common medium-term development goal strategy with so they can't be out. We are necessarily a family. On the budget derailing goals, it's been explained that our budget, the way it's designed, goes with the fiscal year. So we should endeavor to make sure that whatever we have to do is executed before 31st December. That is why we are urging all the contractors of the project that bring your certificates. If you've reached a significant level where the consultant can raise a certificate, you bring it so that the payments will truly reflect the amount of work done on the ground. Because some of them felt that if I'm constructing a 10-seater toilet, I can quickly complete them and bring the certificates. They didn't find it necessary that even if the contract said, if you get to the substructure, you can raise the certificate. If you do the roofing, you can raise the certificate. They felt that, let me complete everything and bring you the certificate. So if you're looking at it from that angle, then you get a very wrong impression. If you look at 23 million against 927 million, then it tells you that the projects are not advancing the way they should. But on the ground, the picture is different. Again, significantly, those also doing the dam construction halted work because of the rains in the north. Their machines were getting stuck in the mud, so they had to wait till the rain subsided. So this week, many of them have returned to site, and we've been promised that within the next 4 or 5 weeks, the dams will be completed. So this is where we are, and we'll make sure that we deliver on our mandate. Thank you very much.
We have had a good dialogue, and I'm hoping all our questions have been well addressed by the minister. Sitting back, I am personally impressed, and I can attest to some of these projects completed in my own constituency. I have even some of my schools up here, and I've asked someone to even go there directly to take a picture of it from there and then send it across. So I can attest to some of these projects going on. I'm hoping that subsequently, after the week which the Chief Director has promised, he'll be able to put up all the information online, and then before then, if anybody should need more information, just as she said, her office is fully open to be able to inform everyone on the details of the project, their location, and the stage wherever the contractor has gotten to, and all that. This is our Ghana, your Ghana, my Ghana, and we can only hope that it gets better. And we can do it together with positivity and encouraging each other, of course, demanding accountability from each and every one of us. We all have a role to play in where Ghana gets to. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming, and hopefully we'll see you at another such program. In the meantime, the minister is not released yet. The chief stations or media houses, I know, want to come up front and have a one-on-one or some sort of interview with her. Thank you so much. God bless us all.